Well, everybody, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to, of course, the sports lovers. In today's second video, we are going to be predicting the ACC matchups this weekend. We're going to break down the games, talk about them, and give our prediction for each one. That's typically what we do here in the second video of each day this week. So, if you're into that sort of thing, hit that sub button, leave a comment down below so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Later today, we will be back with NFL reactions. Last week, we were just super busy. We weren't able to get it out. However, we are going to get it out today, of course, for you guys. Tomorrow, we'll have Big Ten reactions and predictions, and to close out, we'll have our NFL prediction video. And then, of course, on Thursday, we'll do SEC reaction and predictions along with our Texas A&M Road to Glory. So, hit that sub button, leave a comment down below so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. We are posting a lot here. So, again, if you're into college football, if you're into NFL football, if you're into baseball, we talk a little bit about that. We'll probably hit on that on Friday, so stay tuned for that. There's a lot going on in the world of sports, and the NBA, of course, is starting back up. Last night, the Atlanta Hawks did fall to the Houston Rockets, but hey, that's okay because it's just the preseason, right? So, hopefully Atlanta can get it together this year and be a threat in a very wide open Eastern Conference. We shall see, though, within the next few months. And also, you guys did not see, at the time of recording this video, the video will be out, or LeBron's announcement will be out, but I have not seen it yet. It's currently 9:45 a.m. on the East Coast, so at the time of recording this, it's a little different when posting this. This video is going to be about 3 o'clock or so. Then, of course, the NFL reaction video will probably talk about whatever LeBron's announcement was. So, stay tuned for that. Hit that sub button. Leave a comment down below so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and predict these ACC Week number 7 matchups. Alright, so starting us off at 11 a.m., we got a pretty interesting matchup here. Pittsburgh going into Florida State. Florida State coming off of that loss to, of course, Miami, where they did make it a little close there at the end, but the score did not indicate what the game really was. Florida State just got absolutely whacked in that game. Pittsburgh, however, they're coming off a win. They're 3-2 right now. They're really hot offensively. I expect this Florida State defense to be able to contain this Pittsburgh offense, and I really do expect Thomas Castellanos to run whatever the heck he wants to against this Pittsburgh team. I'm going to go with Florida State here. I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup defensively and offensively for Pittsburgh. It isn't the 11 a.m. game on ESPN, so I will be able to watch a little bit of it on the way up to Auburn this weekend. Going to be a very interesting one, but I do think that Florida State is going to get the job done and move on to 4-2 on the year. Starting out this week with a bang. Now, moving on, another very interesting one, and I believe Stanford is coming off of a bye week this week. They are going on the road to SMU. I could totally see Stanford pulling off this upset. SMU, they're not as good as they were last year, but they're 3-2 on the year. Jennings has been playing really good football recently. If there was a trap game for SMU, it would be this one right here. Obviously, Stanford 2-2, not the greatest starts in the world, losing to Hawaii in week number 0. And then, of course, obviously not getting the wins that you would expect them to, right? So, SMU obviously is by far the better team. I'm not going to be shocked if Stanford does, in fact, get the job done. But I think Jennings and I think the experienced defense for SMU is where that is going to play a major factor in this matchup, as SMU will get the job done at home against Stanford. Keep in mind, this is the 11 a.m. game on the CW network. So I probably won't be watching this one, that's for sure, to say the least. Now, moving on. This one is a very fun one, and I'm very interested to watch this one. Virginia Tech going into Georgia Tech. Virginia Tech's offense, first of all, we'll talk about them. They could put up some points. Obviously, Jones has been playing really good. The quarterback for Virginia Tech, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions on the year so far, and over 1,000 yards already. But Virginia Tech, they should be able to get the job done. They play bully ball, and especially against this Virginia Tech team, then they should be able to close it out on Saturday. Georgia Tech behind Haynes King. Haynes King's one of the best quarterbacks in college football. They're 5-0 right now, ranked number 13th in the country. Probably one of the better teams in the ACC, that is for sure. They should be able to get the job done at home in this matchup against Virginia Tech. This is the 2:30 game on ACC Network this weekend. I expect Haynes King and company to get the win there. This one is going to be a fun one, and I cannot wait for it. It's NC State versus Notre Dame. This is a very interesting matchup. Notre Dame coming off the win on the road at Arkansas, but now, of course, they did lose to Texas A&M and Miami to start out the year. However, they are now 3-2 on the season. NC State, on the other hand, they're 4-2. They're coming off of a win as well. Carter Bailey, the quarterback for NC State, has been balling out. I don't know if you guys saw Ronnie Royal, of course, made another, really good play a couple of weeks ago for this NC State Wolfpack defense. I expect the defense for NC State to be able to contain Notre Dame a little bit, but I think Notre Dame should have their way with NC State. I just think that they are way too good not to win this matchup. They play bully ball, they win this game, and they should be able to get the job done at home. This is the 2:30 game on Peacock. Lots of really good 2:30 games this weekend in the ACC. That's because they saved the bet night games for the SEC and the Big Ten, if you know what I'm saying. Now, moving on to the final 2:30 game, of course, on the CW network, Wake Forest going into Oregon State. Guys, I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm probably not going to watch a lot of this game at all. I know Malik Murphy has been playing really good football for this Oregon State team. However, the team around him just absolutely sucks, which is why I'm going to go with Robbie Ashford and Wake Forest to get the job done. I think they are by far the better team. They should be able to put up numbers on this Wake Forest, or on this Oregon State defense rather, as they will get the job done on the road at Oregon State. Wake Forest seals the deal this weekend. And to close us out, of course, we got Clemson going into Boston College. Again, if Clemson wins this game, people are going to be hyping them up, and it's going to make me so mad. Last week, they beat a sorry North Carolina football team. We'll just put it that way, right? Boston College, they're 1-4. And Clemson, they're 2-2 on the year. So, not the greatest game in the world for a night game in the ACC. But, again, if Clemson wins, everybody's going to be saying, oh, the Clemson, they're going to be getting back on the hype train, right? Well, I don't think they will. I think Clemson is going to win this game. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think, especially with it being on the road at Boston College. And I don't know. I'm not high on Clemson this year. I'm not. Duke is off this week in the ACC. So is North Carolina. I believe they play each other next week. But I just think Clemson's not this hyped up team that they once were, and they're just not that good. Obviously the line is Clemson 14.5 is what I'm looking at right now. Take the under on that. I'm not a betting man by any means, but I think this game is going to be a lot closer than what it actually is. Kane Klubnik and company, though, should be able to get the win on the road at Boston College. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to close out ACC predictions for this weekend. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments down below. Very few games this weekend in the ACC. There's only like 5 or 6. So, again, this video is going to be a little shorter, but that's okay. So hit that sub button, leave a comment down below so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Thank you all so much for watching this one. I'll see you guys in NFL reactions. We will, of course, talk about that LeBron announcement today, if he is indeed retiring or if it's just something to do with Amazon Prime. We'll talk about it in the next video. Stay tuned. Hit that sub button. Leave a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.